and day 17 of 100 Days of Nice. The nurturing self-talk: for everything I must surrender, there is something else I can control. The integrity practice: I surrendered my plans, I surrendered my schedule, I surrendered the nice division of my roles because I had no other choice to do it. But when I say surrender, I like it better. So I surrendered those things and was like, okay. And then I chose to redirect my attention and energy on what I can control. And what I can control are my responses. What I can control is my creation of alternatives. That's what I've been focusing on. And that's what I want to encourage all of you to be focusing on as well. Surrendering what we must and choosing to take control and responsibility and power over how we're responding to this and the alternatives that we're creating. So one example that I was very pleasantly surprised with that I want to share is, in between sessions, I typically do some kind of journaling or reflection, or I might do research to learn new interventions or different perspectives or something along those lines. However, with my daughter home from school, then in between sessions, I was needing to check on her, and I still want to be present with her and all of those things. So I was like, okay, how can I still meet my need in between these sessions? Because I need to fill myself up. I need to have like a clear mind and be energized so I could still be my best self for my next client. But I still need to, spend meaningful time and check in as a mother. So what we ended up doing is, in between my sessions, we would do some singing together, or we would have like a little dance party. So that ended up being way better than what I typically do in between sessions anyways. Like, I came to each session like more energized, with just like kind of, the youthful, joyful type of energy. And she loved it because our children enjoy spending time with us and receiving our attention. So she was looking forward to my breaks in between sessions. And yeah, that alternative surpassed my normal. So that is what I want to continue to try to operate from. Like, okay, I've surrendered what was, but how can I make an alternative that's maybe even better? So yeah, if you have been able to do that so far, share some of your examples in the comments below. C stands for compliment, compassion, commit. I'm going to compliment myself, and if this resonates for you, feel free to accept the compliment as well. Although you are dancing on the line of fatigue, you are doing so gracefully, and you are aware of the increased need for replenishment. I'm starting to feel it. The past 24 hours have been crazy, and I've been needing to practice a lot more conscious, intentional self-mastery, and that takes energy. And so I'm aware that I need to, because the demand of my energy is much higher now, I need to make sure that I'm refueling myself much more often and with more intensity. So yes, that is, I already came up with a couple things I'm going to try, starting first thing tomorrow morning, to replenish myself and give myself even more energy than I typically have, even more resources like within that I typically have, even more self-love and self-care, so that I can meet the demand that is on me during these times. The emotional intelligence, I felt grateful. I was grateful, and I am grateful for the opportunity I have to work from home. It's not too much of a drastic transition for me, and that's something that I'm very appreciative of, and I'm definitely not taking it for granted. I know that that's a huge stressor on so many individuals and families right now, and my heart is going out to each of you. So I'm grateful that for my opportunity and experience of already being able to provide my services online. I was feeling very worried and what that taught me is that I need to focus on the problem to understand it, and then redirect my energy to finding and creating the solutions. And that is alluding to what I was talking about in the compliment piece. Like, I was getting worried, I was having some of those ruminating thoughts, I was having some of the what ifs I was having the, oh my goodness, I'm starting to feel drained, how did this happen so quickly? Then I was like, okay, what's the problem? And that's what we were talking about in the compliment piece. So I have some solutions that I'm going to be giving a try, and I'm confident they'll work. But if not, we will figure out something else. We'll try again. So that is day 17. What have you been doing to fill up your cups to meet the increased demand on your resources? How have you been taking care of yourself and filling yourself up? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you all soon.